Hey ladies, I have graded your part 3 of your integrative literature review today. I have been grading since first thing in the morning, so I'm a little cross-eyed. You all did a fantastic job with your integrative literature review part 3. Understand that I'm aware of the complexity of what you're being asked to do. The final product, I would say the vast majority of you were able to answer your PICO question. Um, the the area that tended to be the biggest issue for all of you is an APA issue. The one that I saw most common was the failure to properly use in-text citations to give credit to the appropriate author. So if you were in the body of your paper and you were writing about these authors said that this finding was relevant and you just kept writing, anytime you use these authors or studies say or literature reports, those types of generalized statements that says you read something that made a statement about research, those findings need to be supported with in-text citations. If you made a statement that said 3 articles found that nursing research helped improve evidence-based practice, period. Well, if you have 3 authors or 3 studies that have BarkBox came the other day. This is their new toy. As you can see, it's a car with a Christmas tree on it. And Gracie is quite pleased with this. So we're taking her toy for a moment. What was I saying? Okay, in-text citations. So if you said that 3 studies found that evidence that nursing research supported evidence-based practice, that sentence needs to be followed with parentheses, the author 1, author 2, author 3, and with the appropriate in-text citations. You cannot make statements that state that research says or evidence says or studies say without giving credit to those findings to the author. In a paper like this, you're going to feel like every other sentence you're writing a bunch of authors down. And that's what an integrative literature review is. Go into, I think this week actually, there's some sample integrative literature reviews, but there's also, you can go into PubMed or any of the other databases. Just look at the research format of an integrative literature review. They are citing multiple authors very commonly throughout their paper, and that's appropriate scholarly writing. When you don't, tell me or your reader whose works you found your results in, what you wind up with are vague generalized statements, not actual scholarly support for your ideas. So if that has been your issue in this assignment, you're going to need to fix that before you take this information and you put it in your poster. If you do not add those in-text citations to give appropriate credit to the corresponding authors, on your poster, you will just be transferring a train wreck. You're going to wind up in the exact same bucket you are in now, which is you have vague statements that aren't supported by authors' work. So, correct. You don't have to rewrite your paper, but you do need to correct that process as you move that information over. So from an APA standpoint, that was the biggest issue. The other thing is to make sure that if you are using a website in your reference page, that when you put the hyperlink of where your document came from, that you put in the entire hyperlink that takes you exactly where the document you're citing in your paper is located. The only time the file name or the document that you have found has to be placed in italic font is when that document, so if you click on that hyperlink, it takes you to a document that is downloaded outside that website. So if I click on the hyperlink and it brings me to the name of the file that you're referencing and it's right there in front of me on the page, that's not italicized. The only time you italicize it is if it takes me to the page, I click on it, and then that file downloads. It either shows up in a download window or it opens another window into a new browser. That's a downloaded file, and that's what you would be putting into an italic font. Normally, those files are PDF files. Every once in a while, you'll get an HTML file. The big thing just to remember is it goes in italics if you download it, and if it doesn't, it's just a regular normal font without the italics. So those are the two big areas. Now, as you work towards taking your information from your integrative literature review and putting it on your poster, somewhere in one of the Ask the Professor links, I put in a tutorial of kind of how to go about doing your poster. I'll put it in with this video as well so that you have it right there in front of you. Just some ideas I put together to help guide you. You want your poster to be aesthetic. You do not want to be pulling, just copying and pasting paragraphs and dropping it into your poster. Many of you have been to conferences where you've been to poster sessions, where you walk up and down aisles and you're looking at posters. You're going to want your poster to be organized in a meaningful way. Small paragraphs are okay, but you do want to use as many bullet points as possible. You want to use each section of the poster effectively to give enough information and detail. You can move the boxes all around. You can put some in the center, you can make them bigger, you can make them smaller. You can change the font size to make everything more to flow better based on what your own formatting preferences are. Whatever you decide to do, the only thing you can't do is delete boxes. Like, you've got to have the general structure that's there, but you can move everything else around. The center section of your poster is blank. Don't get daunted by that. You can put in, you can make some tables from the analysis of your literature. I would not encourage you to use your matrix because no one wants to read that. It's just far too cumbersome. But you can take information from your matrix that may be relevant and create a table, or you can create a figure. You can load some pictures that are relevant. I'm going to encourage you not to use that center section to put one big honkin' picture in and call it a day. That's not going to be aesthetic, and in all likelihood, it's not going to substantially contribute to the meaning of your work. So I'll give you that link to, I think it's an MP4 link, but you can play it on your computer just to give you an idea of how to approach the aesthetics of the poster. Remember, no big paragraphs. You want to use bullet points as much as possible. You want to create citations appropriately to your work. Now, there is a reference section in the bottom of your paper. If you, in the process of developing your poster, if you wind up, let's say you decide to cite all 20 of your articles for whatever reason you want to do that, well, that little box isn't going to work for you. So what I'm going to ask you to do is put see bibliography, and then take your reference sheet and just put it on a single document and put the references that you cite on your poster into a Word document, and you'll submit that with your poster. It is very common. Most of the time that I have done a poster, I have a small bibliography or reference corner on my poster, but then I give the rest, like a lengthier bibliography, to someone that is coming to visit my poster. However you want to do it, you just want to make sure that whatever is cited on your poster is referenced on either a separate Word document for a bibliography, or it's in that reference section. I think that is it. Okay, here's the plan for graduation is tomorrow. It is my prayer that some of you, it'd be lovely to see all of you, but if you are there, please say hello. I will try to make it to the reception. I think it's at 2. Please grab me and say hello, introduce yourself, and remind me who you are so that I can congratulate you. So tomorrow's all-day graduation, so I will be off the grid until bedtime tomorrow. My plan is to wrap up grading for the other 2 courses I teach, and then to pick up on y'all stuff Thursday and Friday as my time permits for any week 8 stuff. So anything that you turn in early, I'm going to try to get graded before I break for Christmas on Saturday. So if you turn something in, then know that I'm watching for it Thursday and Friday, and we'll try to get that feedback to you. I know many of you want to have everything put to bed, done, and you want to know that your final grades are posted and everything is over with as soon as possible. You guys in 620 are my priority. So as things come in on Thursday and Friday that's early from week 8, I'm going to make you all a priority to get those things graded and get your grades posted first. So and please don't feel pressure. If you need to wait until Friday at the closing of the course to submit everything, perfectly fine. No pressure at all. Just know that if you are submitting things early, I'm watching for it, and will do my best to get that those grades to you as quickly as we can. If you submit on Friday at the close of the course, know that it may be the day after Christmas before I get to it. Our final grades have to be posted on Wednesday, so I guess that's the 27th. So at the latest, you'll know Wednesday. You can tell it's walking hour here in the neighborhood. The puppies are barking and whomever's walking by saying hello. Okay, so this week you've got your digital poster. You've got your last Typhon log. Those are the tangible things you've got to get done. You are responsible for making sure that your own evaluations are done in Typhon, as well as your preceptor has done their evaluations in Typhon as well. Know that when it's done, it goes into the system and it's there. On Friday evening, I'll probably check to see what's missing. Faith Sterling will send you an email if something is missing. So please wait for those triggers to, if you're concerned it is or is not there, there's a process in place to let you know if it is missing. So if you feel that you've done it, your preceptor has said that the evaluation's been done, just be still. We'll holler at you if it's missing. Know that if those things are not in there, if the Typhon evaluations are not in, that we cannot post your grade. You will earn an incomplete for the course. We cannot release transcripts or anything as long as the incomplete is there. So it is a priority to make sure that you do things timely by Friday. Okay, so get your evaluations done in, get your digital poster turned in, and then do your practicum log and get all of those loose ends wrapped up. Okay, the last thing to ask is, if you're not really tired and really tired of being on the computer, please do your course evaluation. I value your feedback. It's the only way that I can polish and improve the course and make it better. So I do take your feedback seriously and am grateful for the time you spend giving thoughtful and meaningful feedback for us. And we know that that's part of the NLN scope and standards of our own quality improvement, is that we're seeking that 360-degree feedback. So know that I do value it and I am looking for it. So know that I am praying for you. I'm excited for you. I know you are so ready to have this over and then to truly enjoy the Christmas season. In our house, we're Lutheran, so we're celebrating our third week of Lent. Wherever you are, my prayer is that you are having a great sense of accomplishment, a sense of true pride and joy, and hopefully as grades get posted, a sense of relief that it is all over with. Probably early in January, you're going to start having this weird sensation of, I don't have anything registered to go to class for. I don't have any books. I don't have assignments due. You're going to have so much free time. You're going to begin to look at doctoral programs. Bless you. If you have questions or concerns about that process, holler at me. My hope is that you're going to take some time off and rest. Be in touch with questions or concerns. Please continue to use the Ask the Professor link for general questions and emails, specific things to me. I'll talk to you soon. Take care.